on, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it is Baby Friday. Yes, Baby Friday already. It's Thursday, and my device, y'all got to understand, my external monitor is not on, so I don't have the big screen. Didn't have time to go and troubleshoot it today, so I'll be looking down sometime a little bit at you. So, what's up, everybody? Let me look. Let me see my starting five. I still got them in my view. Who is that? We got Roderick Wells. We got Kevin Lewis. We got Daryl Anderson. Thaddeus Moody and Mindy Collins. And the sixth person of the day is Dale Griggs. Who else we got there? I see you out there. I see, Landon is back today. Chris Charles. Who is that? Barry. What's up, baby? Barry, I got something for you, Barry. I got more, y'all. Y'all got to understand, yesterday, I was so not pressed for time, but I was preparing for something and didn't prepare for something. I'm gonna have a guest on. I appreciated what the guest did yesterday. Businessman did. I'm gonna bring him on so he can talk about his ticket things today, because he gave a free ticket. He gave 2 free tickets to the rodeo, to the Bumby rodeo. Man, I appreciated that so much. Guess what? He coming on the show. I'm gonna bring him on, just talk about the all ticket attractions. We're gonna do that a little bit today. But I want to share some with y'all, because yesterday it was Women Rock Wednesday, right? But y'all already know, Karen, women rock every day with me, right? So I thought about something. Something happened to me yesterday. I had this show already mapped out. Y'all gotta understand, I had it all mapped out to talk about this, but I couldn't, because I missed out yesterday. I missed out yesterday on talking about this amazing woman. Okay, so we got Women Rock Wednesday, but I got to add something. I got to have an addendum to it. I got to add Wild Woman Wednesday. Not in a bad way. Wild Woman Wednesday. I'm going to just add that. And I'm going to honor the wild one. See, y'all pretend right now I'm playing in the background. Okay? I'm Every Woman. I can't play it because, copyright. Pretend I'm Every Woman. Pretend that's playing in the background right now, right? All right. First of all, I want you to, but because well-behaved women, domesticated women, and I mean that in its most controversial of senses, rarely, if ever, make history. Okay? But a history maker is exactly who I'm going to highlight today. Anna Julia Cooper. She was a boss woman's boss. She lived through slavery, the Civil War, Reconstruction, women's suffrage and legal segregation and Jim Crow, lynching campaigns, the era of Betty Friedan's feminist mystique, the renewal of the civil rights movement. The woman literally had seen it all before she made transition in 1964. Y'all got to, Anna. Y'all hold up, y'all. Anna Julia Cooper. I know Freight right now is Googling her right now. She did all of this, y'all. I got more. She was a black woman from the 19th and 20th century. Okay. She knew clearly from up close and a personal experience that our struggles for liberty, Our struggles for equality and equity did not simply end once we became citizens and got the right to vote. Google this woman, y'all. She was a prolific writer and a phenomenal worker and educator. Y'all got to realize, I'm sitting there watching all this stuff this woman did in her life. Guess what it's telling me? Man, I got some more work to do. Check this out. I am so pleased to be able to honor her today as our first Wow Woman Wednesday honorees. Because I meant to honor her yesterday. This is a continuation of yesterday. Anna Julia Haywood was born, that's her maiden name, was born when she was born. That was her name when she was born. She was born in Raleigh, North Carolina in 1858. Yes, slavery was raging on August the 10th. It was at the near the end of the slavery's death. The Civil War was approaching. But her mother, Hannah Staley Haywood, was enslaved to the family of her father. Okay, that's right, George Washington Haywood, the white man who owned she and her mother. Check this out, Simeon. She said of her mother, "My mother was a slave and the finest woman I've ever known. My father was her master. If so, I owe him not a soul." She took up her life vocation as an educator at a very early age. All your teachers, all your educators, stop what you're doing. Anna Julia Cooper. Haywood was her maiden name. Stop what you're doing. This is why I respect what you do so much. Check this out. She was only 10 years old when she received a work study scholarship of sorts to attend Augustine College, which was a school for formerly enslaved people and their families. Check this out, y'all. I never heard of her. I was yesterday's old when I studied about her. She was placed there as an assistant to the math instructor. She was a student of both liberal arts and the sciences, and she won the right to study a number of subjects that were typically reserved for only men. At St. Augustine, she met and then married George Cooper, who was a professor of the Greek language. And he was the second black person in North Carolina to be ordained an Episcopal priest. Unfortunately, just 2 years after their marriage, he passed away. Miss Cooper never remarried. Then she dedicated her life to scholarship, educating, writing, speaking, and supporting many of the orphan kids that came across her doorway. She earned a bachelor's degree in mathematics in 1884 from Oberlin College. Look at these numbers I'm telling you, 1884, y'all. Due to poverty, she was forced to live off campus at the home of a professor. Once again, she had to fight to take subjects that were typically reserved for men. She then went on to earn a master's degree at Oberlin College in 1887. After college, she went back to teaching math, science, Latin, and Greek, which she learned from her husband, and became a renowned public speaker. She was only one of 2 women who spoke at the 1890 Pan-African Conference in London. Hey, Brandy, I'm talking about a boss woman right now, Brandy. I'm glad you came on. She was just a few of black women to speak at the World Congress of Representatives of the Women at 1893 World's Fair. The racism, which was most certainly, she talked and used her voice to criticize it because it should have been more black women. So when they let her speak, she talked about it. She was a phenomenal body. She has a phenomenal body of written work and a collection of speeches and writings and on a variety of subjects, which include women's rights, progress, racial progress, and one collection called The Voice from the South, which was published in 1892. This woman, black woman, doing this in 1892. One of her most popular essays was Women versus Indians. She respectively but intentionally and forcibly warns other feminists, especially white feminists, that they must burden their view of equality and equity and equality for all. She said that the true cause of feminism cannot be reduced to enfranchisement of empowerment of just women, particularly women who look just like them, but it must be for the dignity and the equality of all people. This woman back here was challenging these feminists. While she lived in Washington, D.C., she taught at M Street High School, formerly known as the Preparatory High School for the Colored Youth, and later became Paul Lewis Dunbar High School. She became involved in Negro Women's Clubs movement. She co-founded the Colored Women League and the Colored Women's YWCA. Why? Because the white ones didn't want us in them. She became principal of the school, but while she was there, she fought to ensure that black children were receiving what we call today a cultural responsive education. Karen Roach, I'm talking about Miss Cooper here. Anna Julia Cooper. Google her. What she wanted for these black kids, all you educators out here, what she wanted for these black kids to be prepared to go to have a vigorous academic work and be prepared for college. But the people who led the school thought she was doing too much. Kevin Freitman, Brandon Nicholson, you doing too much. You're trying to get these kids too much. You're trying to fly these people on a private, these women on a private airplane. You're giving them too much. But the people who led the school, I told you, they wanted to dumb down the curriculum. So she left till she was brought back a few years later. And after, when she left M Street School, she taught at Lincoln University in Jefferson City, Missouri. And when she was asked a few years later to return to M Street, she came back, where she taught until she retired in 1930. What's up, T.R. Holmes? This is a continuation of Women Rock, this Wild Women's Wednesday. This is one of the many retirements because her efforts at school, when she really was allowed to tap into the genius of them black children, she was able to prepare the young black women. Check this out, y'all. She was able to prepare the young black men and women to gain admittance into the most prestigious colleges and universities, even in the massive era of extensive segregation. During her second tenure, there she created additional chapters of the YWCA. She began to work on her doctoral work at Columbia University, which she put on hold at the young, tender age of 57 because she adopted 5 of her nieces and nephews. I love this lady, who had been orphaned by some of her family members when they made transition. Landon Ardwan. I'm talking about Anna Cooper right now. I got them ladies later. He can't help it. He just can't help it. I told you, he can't help it. She was active and a supervisor at the D.C. Colored Housing Center, the D.C. Colored Settlement House. She created classes, clubs, recreations, opportunities, and neighborhood visitation programs. She helped build a community of solidarity in all of the spaces that they worked. I'm finna help some people on this feed. She helped build a community of solidarity in every space that she worked. Not a community of division, not a community of calling people out of their name and telling people that she helped build a community of solidarity in every space she worked. How many of y'all can say that? She was a black woman fighting for black women and black people. Before labels like feminist and sort became tossed about, she defined what it meant to be very well. She defined what it meant to be very unwell behaved black woman. That's why she my Wild Woman Wednesday honoree. Because as we know, we behave, you well behaved women rarely ever make history. In at the age of 66 years old, in 1927, she wrote her doctoral thesis in French on a topic she identified. Listen to this, y'all. The attitude of the French towards slavery during the Revolution. She became one of the 4 black women ever to earn a PhD. This is a woman who did the damn thing. She died February 27, 1964, 10 years after Brown versus Board of Education, 3 years after the Freedom Rides in Washington, just a year after Martin Luther King wrote his letter from the Birmingham jail. She died at the ripe old age of 105 years old. She was later buried next to her beloved husband in the city cemetery. She was a phenomenal educator, an amazing activist who knew what it was to marry not just her intellect, but to tie her intellect to the overall real lived practical conditions of black people in her community. And one of her most famous quotes: the cause of freedom is not the cause of a race or sect or party or class. It is the cause of humankind, the very birthright of humanity. Today, we honor this ancestor. We honor this wild woman because we know that well-behaved women rarely, if ever, make history. Oh, I love this woman. Y'all got to get into Anna Julia Cooper. I didn't know her. And if you don't know her, you need to know her now. And hopefully after the day, I gave you a bit of information that gave you some digging into so you can find out about this woman. This the kind of stuff. And I know these other people. I've talked about all of them other people on the show. I've never talked about Landon, Miss Anna Julia Cooper. I've talked about all of them other ladies you mentioned. Mary Terrell, Mary Church Terrell. Her dad, Robert Church, is from Memphis, who made his fortune, was the richest black man in Memphis. I've talked about it on this show. I've talked about Ida B. Wells. I've talked about Nanny Burroughs. They ain't forgotten American heroes because I've talked about them on this show. You just wasn't listening that day, but I'm glad you put it in there. But what's up, Corey Willis? What's up, everybody? See, thank you. But it's okay. But y'all, guess what? Special guest coming on. I think Jimmy coming on today. Y'all know what time of year it is. I had a college coach lined up for y'all. Another college coach lined up for y'all. And guess what? Plane delayed. He gonna be in trouble. He ain't gonna be able to do it. Who is that talking about they need an agent? Hold up. What's up, people? I need to make a phone call to some folks for you. Lamar Jackson is representing himself, and he needs to know that's a unique situation. Lamar Jackson and his mom, I can talk about that, had such of a bad experience with dealing with agents that him and his mom just said, man, I don't feel I don't feel like it. I just can't do it. So I'm not really mad at him. I'm not really. I mean, he. Let me tell you something. What he don't understand, cause I just been, talking to people around the industry. They're gonna take care of him. Uh, but don't always remember this, ladies and gentlemen. You wouldn't go in a courtroom without a lawyer. Please don't ever do that. You wouldn't go if you had to continue prayers for Kanye West. What he done did now, you wouldn't. Like I told a person one time, if you got a friend that's a doctor, family practitioner, and you had brain surgery, would you let him? Would you let him operate on your brain? Uh, so let me tell you something. They have advisors that's advising them, but the mom and y'all got to understand, man. That mama got sick of them people. Y'all got to understand. Ask some of your friends who've had high profile athletes that's about to go pro. What happens when they find out? Man, them people call them people a million damn times. I used to do it because I wanted to get in. But when I found out and put myself in their positions, I never. I respect people's privacy. Hold on. Kanye has not been the same since his mother's death. My mother died too. Uh, I guess different people process their mother's death differently. A lot of people have lost our mamas. That don't mean act no damn fool. Okay, bless his little heart. Uh, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. He doing that for us to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him. But back to you. That was a good question. Whoever asked me that question, James Amara, Jameson. It's a you. It's a unique situation, James. I've never seen it. When I tell you, do me a favor, Jameson. Go back and read up on his mom and him. Go back and do your little research on it. If you really want some extensive stuff about it. Now, now we ain't got no special drinks today, Pete. But that was a unique situation. But I know I got a guest coming on. Let me see, Houston. Please check out Maxwell's Night Tour. It kicked off last night in Dallas. My goodness, it was definitely worth the price. When is he coming to Houston? Thank you, Corey. When is they coming to Houston? Uh, I want to share something with y'all before our guests come on. Uh, I saw this tweet. We're gonna have a guest come on. Then Jimmy gonna come on. Then we're gonna talk sports for the rest of the day. I got to be out of town. I'm gonna miss the game this weekend. TSU game. I got business. I might have. I got to go to the combine. Then I got to go to a couple of more places. So I'm gonna miss that, but I'll be back in time to meet them in the at the SWAC tournament next week. But I got something for y'all. I saw this tweet and I thought about y'all. I love Maxwell, and if I'm in town, I'm gonna try to go. And guess what? Maxwell tickets. Now we got a guy gonna come on in a few minutes, gonna be able to get your tickets for you. Just hold on a minute. Never waste your time trying to explain who you are to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. I saw these tweets. I got you, Mike. Mike, I'm glad, boy. You're glad you remind me. I saw this tweet, and I'm gonna repeat it again. Never waste your time trying to explain who you are to people who are committed to misunderstanding you anyway. This really hit a personal. It really hits really hard on a personal level as you think about some of your personal relationship that you have been a part of. Uh, it hits on a cultural level also. because we have to remind ourselves that in our personal lives and in our lives, in our community, that there are people and communities that really have committed to a false view of who we are, a false version of who we are. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm talking to people from all over the world. We know that they do this because it shows up in how they treat us. It shows up in how they interact with us. Again, this is interpersonal issues and communal issues. It shows up in the policies that are set. I was talking about policies yesterday, but we should never waste our time trying to explain who we are when we are explaining who we are to people who are committed and to not understanding us. They have a vested interest in misunderstanding you. Sometimes you will say it in another way. We'll say it in another way. They just not into you. They just not into us. And I know we try to force it. I know some of y'all do. I understand. They are comfortable with not liking us without seeing us. You got me? We have to show up differently in those relationships. Okay? So that we retrain these people how to treat us in our personal life. That's the personal life. And the same can almost be true in the community spaces. We have found we are spending our time over and over trying to explain to people. Y'all, let me know if y'all done did this before. That this is what racism is. This is how it shows up. This is what gender bias look like. And the people are sort of being disingenuous about it. I'm reminded, because my guest is about to come on. I'm reminded that the great author, Toni Morrison, get some of her work. I believe she talked extensively at one point in an interview about how the purpose of things like racism is to get you to waste your time trying to explain, trying to rationalize, trying to reason with people who have committed themselves to not being rational in their assessment about you. I'm going to finish this. There are two parts to any relationship. But we have to ask ourselves, how are we showing up in ways that allow this sort of maladaptive relationship to flourish and continue? And one of the ways to stop these relationships from flourishing and to continue to stop wasting our time trying to explain who we are to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Let's get busy doing the work of being who you are and who I am and building the things that we need to build and supplying and meeting our own needs. Particularly because people who are committed to misunderstanding us will never be able to provide for us what we must provide for ourselves. And that, my friends, is all I got to say about that. And guess what? We got a guy that's on here that's going to help us provide for ourselves. Let's say somebody just came on, Alfio Vizzi, and said, man, what's the guy's name? Maxwell. I saw him in Dallas. When he come to Houston, you got to see him. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I got a young man named Nick, the businessman. He came and said, Robert, I just want to do some stuff on the show. I just want to do some stuff. He got all ticket attractions, right? He came on the show yesterday and gave away 2 free tickets and gonna give away I don't know what he gonna give away today. He'll tell you today. He gonna give away something today. When somebody do that for the Chop Shop and my people, I got to bring him on the show. I got to bring him on the show. So without further ado, hold on. Nick, talk to me, man. Hold on. Let me give you your claps, man. All my stuff is kind of crazy today. Let me find my clap. I got to get a clap button for you, boss. Hold on. That's for you, man. First of all, I'd like to tell you thank you. Thank you again. And I think Todd Biley won the tickets yesterday. But let me tell you something, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing. And I just want to talk. Tell me a little bit more about All Ticket Attractions and what, I mean, just tell us what you, give us your story about All Ticket Attractions.
Well, Hatter, I appreciate you letting me come on the show. Hey guys, first of all, I just want to say thank you for all you guys who bought tickets from me. I know this is something new for you guys. You have those other people out there that sell tickets, and I appreciate you guys coming on and showing me some love. This All Ticket Attractions is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time from a kid, and I finally was able to make it happen. All Ticket, even the name, as I mentioned to Hatter the other day, even the name, it just means something to me. The person there, I saw someone before, selling tickets, and I just knew that it was my way of giving back, my way of giving back, and me doing something that I've always wanted to do. And, like I said, All Ticket Attractions is not just for the rodeo, because that's what you guys have been saying, but All Ticket Attractions is for tickets nationwide.
So,
it's one of those.
I got a question for you. I'm going to help you. My guy just came on, Corey said, Maxwell balled out in Dallas. Okay? Maxwell. So will they be able to get Maxwell tickets from you?
Give me a call. Text me. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I can do.
Hey, hold up. Let me. Why are they doing that? Keep on talking, and I want you to get. I'm finna put that at the bottom of the screen. Your number, and have them call you. But tell us more about ticket.
Let me tell people. How about I tell everybody, about me? Like, I'm just some face now. Can I just tell everybody about me?
Do your thing.
Who I'm from. Well, some of you guys, I know you're watching this show from all over the world. I'm here in Houston, Texas as well. And, I'm a native Houstonian. I grew up in the Houston 5th Ward area. I went to college in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, went to Morgan State University. I went there for a few years, came back to Houston. I went to Houston Community College, and I went to Texas Southern. And at Texas Southern is when I decided I always wanted to be a businessman. I always wanted to sell tickets. I always wanted to do this thing. But, I just woke up one morning and said, hey, I think it's time for me to start doing business. Something I wanted to do from a kid. So yeah, All Ticket Attractions is something that I know that everybody needs. I as you guys know, as you guys deal with it every day, you wake up one morning and you're like, man, I wanted a ticket to that. Somebody's coming to town, and I wanted to take it to that. So now you guys have someone who's on the lookout that can get you that ticket. You don't have to wake up one morning and say, hey, it's too late. Or I missed that concert, was last night. Man, I wish I had a chance to get a ticket. Now you guys have an individual who who separates himself from everybody else by the personal touch. I'm a real person. I'm not a computer screen. I'm a real person that you can contact. If you have a problem, you can contact me. You have my number. You can talk to me. Instead of listening to some computer on the phone, please stand by for the next agent. No, text me. If it's a million of you guys calling me, I won't be able to answer all 1 million calls. But if you text me, I can get 1 million texts at one time. They'll come by one. But no, I won't be able to answer everybody's phone call. So, like I said, for many reasons, I wanted to be, sell tickets.
Right.
Like I said, for all you guys who need last minute tickets, Don't wait to the last minute. Now you're gonna have someone sending you. If you guys want, if anybody wants, you can send me. I can send you a mailing list, an email list. When something's coming up, you'll be in the know. You'll be in the know, and you'll be the first. That way, you won't wait to the last minute, have to pay, and it's super expensive price for the ticket.
Right.
You know, if you call me an hour before the show, come on.
Okay.
I want you guys. I want to make tickets affordable.
Okay.
I want to make tickets affordable.
So you ain't trying to knock us upside the head.
Not at all. Not at all. Just want to make it. I want to make it accessible. I want personal touch. I enjoy helping people. That's what I do every day. I help people. So with this ticket attractions, that's what I'm going to do. You guys need tickets. You need something. You call me. So I sell for, like I said, any event. If you're on my mailing list, if some comic is coming to town, you're going to be in the know. Whatever you need tickets for, just don't waste your time.
So let me know. Let's say me. I'm watching this show because Glenn Bishop just asked me. He needed the number, the address, email, whatever. I just told him your number is on the screen. Just contact you, and you'll be able to put them on a mailing list. Look at Karen Worth said, "I need one ticket to New Edition when they come see you." See that? See now, Karen Roach, just one ticket. You gonna go by yourself? Come on, man. Don't do it like that. I understand how it
is, guys. I got to stop by myself too, so I understand. But it's always better.
I ain't going no damn concert by myself.
Yeah, sometimes. But if it's like if it's like New Edition or something, they're singing love songs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you.
I got you. But you can't go by yourself.
I got you. I see what y'all doing. Y'all going so y'all can see all the girls at the concert. I see what y'all. I know it. Okay, I'm good. I understand. Guess what? I used to always have some partners with me. I didn't come by myself. I used to have a group of us, and then we just post up by the restroom. You know why? Every girl got to go to the restroom.
Hey, Hatter.
Huh?
Like you said, you used to.
Yeah, that's used to. Yeah. He said women go in group. No. Wait, hold up. I ain't going with them. I meet the guys there and we hook up. Yeah. But that's a long time ago. Now I take a date. I got my bodyguard with me. I had to keep a bodyguard with me now. But man, you know what? It was so you know what? It's so unique that when you just did what you did yesterday for the tickets, when you gave away the tickets on the show, man, I said, man, I that's why I called you. I said, man, you got to be on the show, man. Yeah, you got to be on the show because this what this about. Jimmy, Chris, and I give and give and give and give, and you doing that in the same spirit. And I just hope the people that's on. I just want the people on this feed. You got to support people like that. You got to support. You got to support Cox Pradia Law Firm. Anything happen, anytime you need a lawyer, you got to call. Anything that happens, if you need a lawyer, they should be on your. Just because they are supporting a show that you watch every day, and don't see. We got to stop creating toxic relationships where you just come and take and take and take and take and never give. I'm going to tell you a story. Exactly. What were you about to say? I'm going to tell you a story about a relationship I had. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, the reason why it's advertising, of course, but guys, I just want you to know that I'm a real person, so the tickets are real. I get a lot of people online that tell me, they're leery. You can't really trust people nowadays, which is understandable. The person could be a scam artist. So if someone's actually getting the tickets physically, and you all watch the Chop Shop together, that it got to be legit if XYZ got tickets, and I appreciate it. And I don't have the names. I think Mr. Larry bought some tickets, and I don't have the names in front of me.
Don't tell everybody business. Don't tell them folk business. You don't have to tell their business. We know some people bought them. Yeah, don't tell it. No. Don't tell their business on
I
that. They
wanna
might
say,
have some. Hold up. They might have another somebody else. They might have bought the pickets for the side piece. Come on, man. Don't be doing that on my show, man. Come on now, business man. I got to get you accustomed to what we're doing. But let me. I don't
one,
mean
one more thing I
embarrassed.
want to say.
Okay.
No, one more thing. It's okay. No, everybody says, I've heard this all through my whole life. I'm almost 44 years old. I heard this my whole life. Us black people don't stick together, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Mhm.
From my 44 almost years of research, I think I got it figured out. I think I do.
What you got?
All you guys got to do is do business with one black business, and ask that person who do they know who has a business, and do business with another person, and another person. I do business with you, Robert. Maybe somebody do business with somebody else and somebody else. And I tell all you guys that's on the show, if you have a business, I'm not going to be the one just receiving. I want to give too. You guys have a business. Let me do business with you as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's the way that we stick together.
Preach,
we have a lot of purchasing power. We have a lot of purchasing power, ladies and gentlemen. Let me do business with you. I don't care what it is you do. I think my screen froze.
No, that's all right. You back now. You back. Come on.
Yeah. Again, let me do business with you. Okay.
Like that.
Don't feel like Nick Businessman got his hand out, harassing me to buy tickets.
No.
Whatever. No. You see my emails every month if you subscribe, right? I expect to see your emails on what you do. I expect to give you my money. You give me your money. Okay?
I like that.
That's the way the cycle continues.
I like that.
I expect to get, advertise on the Chop Shop, advertise on RCS Sports, advertise with my barber, advertise with my buddy in Fifth Ward that has a restaurant. Man, my mind went blank. It's you guys know where it's at. Long story short, everybody who I know who has a business, I do business with them. Okay. Everybody who I know who's black that has a business, I do business with every last one of them. And I ask them, who do you know who has a business?
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Right. That's so me wanting to sell tickets to make them economical for everybody. Right. That's not my only reason for wanting to do it. I want to do it because I want to be the person who maybe some people don't know. Okay, some people don't know. We're in the past we're brainwashed to be against each other.
Right.
Just and guys, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. Just one by one, keep doing business with other people.
That's all, Coach.
It doesn't matter what business you go to. You may be unhappy, right? If you're ever unhappy with me, give me an opportunity to make it right. Let me know what happened. And I would take care of you. I had a customer buy a ticket the other day, right? And he wasn't happy with the tickets. I said, okay. So as you're doing business with me, and I want to make sure that you're happy, I upgraded him to a better section, right? I just charge him a little bit more. It's not even half of what I would charge retail. I upgraded him to a better section. Everybody's happy, I'm going to take care of that. Give everybody else who's black, has a black business, a chance to take care of the problem. Don't just run out the door and say, I'm never coming back. Because, we do business with the Asians. They're in our community. They treat us like trash and we still come back. Is the food that great? Huh? Is it that great? I've never seen an Asian at a soul food restaurant.
Keep on. Hey, keep on talking, sir. Keep on. I mean, I can't listen. I've been talking this stuff for I don't know how many years on this show, and I know they be looking at me side eye. And look here, check this out. Corey Willis said, "Man, I need some Silk Sonic tickets to Vegas on the 16th." Somebody else. Hey, guess what? I'm good. But he gonna contact you. Hatter, about to get him Sierra tickets and Maxwell. Wait a minute. Him and Sierra tickets. Man, shut up, man. That man talking about Sierra. He gonna get me, man, be quiet, Barry McDonald. But man, I thank you so much, man. You just made my day. But I don't know if you see your number is scrolling across the screen. I hope everybody just lock that number in your phone, 832 371-3337. Just lock it in your phone right now. On the businessman tickets. And then now he got some more businesses over there now. The man, you Jamaican man? You got Jamaican descent?
That's what they tell me.
Okay, because boy, you know what I got to ask you? When do you sleep?
8 hours a night, brother.
Okay, but you know what though? I was laughing about toxic relationships, and my friend said, "Man, you need to tell that story sometime." I had this friend, a girl who used to always hang around us all the time, right? Girl, you know, if you're around me, you know, in the business I'm in, you're gonna be around some you know athletes, you know, guys with high dollars. So this girl, you know, she, you know. I told this story before, I think, a long time ago. But she always introduced guys. She go out with them, and she go out and do whatever she want with these guys. Then the next thing you know, she don't never have nothing. I mean, and be calling me, asking me, Robert, could you? I said, whoa. You done been out with 10 million, 5 millionaires, and you calling me? I said, this is a toxic relationship. What do you mean, Robert? I said, I've introduced you to 5 millionaires. You ain't introduced me to a woman that make $50,000. And this race relationship ain't gonna work. So I said, that's what I mean about toxic relationships. You keep taking and taking. No, that's what I love about this chop shop. I love to be able to put myself in a position to bring a man like you on this show and on this platform. You follow me? So it's not a toxic relationship. That's why I tell the people when we bring people on this show, support them. Because guess what? You might be next. D White, I did say it, D White. I get tired of that, D White. The girls just go, I'm gonna hang with Robert because I know I'm finna be. No, don't keep doing me like that. So, businessman, I thank you so much, man.
Let me promote the yeah.
Come on, go promote your ticket right quick so we can get out of here.
Anyway, guys, Rodeo Houston is going to be running to March the 20th. Tickets available. You have the number. Text me, DM me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. On Instagram, it's Mr. Nick Harris with 1 R. So you got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got the phone number. You have plenty of ways to get in touch with me. Black Heritage Day is on March the 11th. Bun B and Friends, the Houston H-Town Takeover. Get your tickets fast.
Okay.
And you guys, the first person that texts me, 832-371-3337, you're going to get not only 2 tickets to the Bun B concert, but also a parking pass, transportation. You park at either you're going to park at the West Loop parking ride or the Monroe parking ride, and the Metro bus will take you to the concert round trip. The first person to text me right now will get those tickets. While I'm on the air, I want to announce it. Who won? The phone line's open. Mr. Ivan Pettit Jr., congratulations. You got the tickets. Text me your email address, and I'll be in touch in a couple minutes after I get off to give you tickets.
Wow.
All you guys that didn't get a ticket, you got the number. Call me. Any concert you want to see, I got you. At the Black Heritage Day, Bun B and Friends, you want a ticket to that, call me. 832-371-3337. All ticket attractions. Hannah, thank you so much for letting me come on the show. I'll be watching. I've been here every day.
You the man, business man. You the man, baby. I'll see you later, baby. Appreciate it. Hey, y'all. Come on, man. Y'all got to give it up for that. Hold up. Y'all got to give it up for that. Y'all, I mean... You know what? I want to hear what y'all. I know y'all said sit back and being cool and all that, man. This time, that's why y'all need to share this show. Look what happened. Listen to me. Avin Petty Jr. ain't been watching the show that long. His daddy was watching it. He turned his son on. Man, I just love, man, y'all don't know. I gotta take a break, man. But hey, I love what we're doing. I love what the Chop Shop doing, man. It's just so many things that Jonathan Griffin explained to me. And all I ever ask y'all to do is share the show. Ain't that crazy? That's all we ever ask. Share the show. Support the people. Listen, I know hey y'all, believe it or not, we got some people on there talking about, I just know how people are. Man, let's talk about sports. No, we're going to talk about sports. Let's talk about this life. This what Anna Julia Cooper was doing. D. White. Thank you, D. White. D. White, I don't remember you from 2 or 3 years ago. I'm so glad to see you now. Every time I see you pop up on the screen. Sonya and Mindy and Karen Thomas, they know if they not on this screen, I'm wondering where they are. King Stick said he wanted them tickets. King Sticks, it's all right. You weren't quick enough. Hey, y'all, guess what Chris Walker did last night? I'm going to talk about him. Guess what he did last night on this show? He used my stuff last night, Mindy. He get what he going to tell the dude. Man, you want my rhythm, but you don't want my blues. Man, let me tell you something, man. Mindy, what I'm going to do, when I say a phrase on this show, I'm just going to immediately copyright it. Because these guys be taking my stuff and using it on TV. And the people on national TV going to think he did it. I know he ain't said, I got that from Robert Howard. You know he ain't said that. Yeah, I know he was going to steal it. It's okay. I don't mind him stealing it. I told you the greatest, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Somebody talking about, all wisdom is plagiarism. Only stupidity is original. Hold on, I gotta say it one more time. All wisdom is plagiarism. That means you done got wisdom from somewhere. Only stupidity is original. Ah, I like that. Chop shop. We be back in just a second. Share the show. Got some fun. Share the show. Let me see what I want to play today. Y'all got so much stuff to play. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Let me tell you something. I got a question right today. You know how sometimes I do a freestyle, not freestyle, but I got a lot of topics here I can talk about. But somebody tell me what y'all want to talk about. Somebody give me something interesting to talk about and want to share with you. I know we had a lot of stuff. I can go over the stuff that happened in the NBA last night if Mindy want me to. But I see where the NFL players agreed to halt COVID-19 protocols. I saw that. I saw who else? Let me see. Durant said he's back after missing 21 games. Let me see what else we got. Pickett. Y'all, but the combine going on, right? I got to tell y'all about. Did you see the Jenny Bus tweets? I did not. I did not. What did she say? That's all right, D White. I got you, D White. D White. We together now. We good. But I uh I I'm just figuring some stuff out, y'all. I'm just trying to. What else y'all wanna? I mean, did anything y'all? Let me see. Did anybody? The mayor doing away with mandates? Nah, that ain't good enough. Bel Air and Shadow Creek showdown tomorrow should be good. Yes, but I'm gonna be out of town, y'all. I got to go, man. Hey, but y'all remember y'all was telling y'all about the combine. When I see something up there, I want to talk about them. I'm gonna pop up. You remember I telling y'all about the? I remember. I remember Keyshawn Johnson was talking about the combine. You know, they asked these kids all kind of crazy questions. They said one kid, somebody said they were in one of the meetings. They were in there had them shooting on a football player shooting on a Nerf, a miniature basketball goal. And but all your young guys who are up there, and all your young people who are up there, do me a favor. I want you to tell them if you know somebody's going, if you know somebody's just up there, tell them the NFL, if they ask you a question, they already know the answer. If they ask you a question, they already know the answer. I'm going to repeat it. I know it's hard, but if they ask you a question, they already know the answer. So I want you to understand that. You know, I remember Keyshawn Johnson was telling the story. You got to understand. You remember I told y'all I wouldn't want my clients being up there by themselves because people just pull on them and take them everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So Keyshawn, you know, he got picked number 1 that year by the Jets. So the New York Giants said, Keyshawn, I want to interview you. He said, what place you pick? He said, 5th. He said, but he said, okay, I don't mind. How long is the meeting? They said about 2 hours. It's a psych eval test. So they sending these kids 2 hours through a psychiatric evaluation test for 2 hours. And they told him if he don't take the test, they're going to take him off the board. This is how they talk to the players. This is how they talk to him. And he was one of the best players in the draft. So you know what they doing to little Johnny. He said, well, take me off the board today, then. Take me off the board. Then they'll do something like this. They'll ask you questions like this. Google who tweets. What didn't happen? Who in the hell that man said Google? Oh, Jenny Bus. Also, she thirsty for the brothers. Google her tweets. I ain't got time to Google no damn tweets. I'm doing a show, King Stick. That's why I asked you to do it. The hell I'm going to stop and Google her? What are you doing over there? But let me give you, did y'all hear that? She thirsty for brothers. Google her tweets. I'm doing something right now. They got questions like this. Check this out. If you found a wallet in the lobby with money in it, what would you do with it? That's what they ask. They asking your sons and your nephews and stuff. They ask them. I'm trying to think of some of the crazy questions. I got some more. I got to look them up. You know what I tell them youngsters? I ask them. First of all, a lot of these guys from the hood. A lot of these guys they ain't from wealth. hell yeah, you're gonna get that money out, and you're gonna get that money and do whatever you want to and turn it in, but you're gonna get that bread up out of there. So tell them the truth. Cause they already know. I'm trying to find some combine stories. Wait a minute, I got one from 22. Hold up. No, that ain't it. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. NFL. I should put NFL combine. But that's all, man. It's I just want to show you a lot of the guys are up there this week. They're up there doing their work. I mean, getting prodded, like I was telling you, picked and prodded, and poked and, and looked at a lot by NFL personnel, doctors. Matter of fact, it's a doctor that's supposed to be doing a young man that I know surgery. He's one of the best in the country, and he won't be able to do the surgery for the kid because he's gonna be up here this weekend. So I just want, it's certain little things like that. I'm trying to find something for y'all. I used to have information about stuff that's in the combine in my phone, but I guess a lot of this stuff. Let me see, combine. The HBCUs had their own combine this year. A great thing. I heard a lot of kids got extensive looks. A lot of kids got extensive looks, and I'm still looking through it this year because Deion Sanders pushed for this. See what happens, y'all. People are not gonna give you nothing. You got to push for it. You got to fight for it. Let me see that guy. Okay. They're talking about Tom Brady. I mean, I got so many. I know I got a lot of NFL combine stories that I just wanted to share with y'all, but it's just that kind of wait on Jimmy. Let me see if he's coming on before I get into another subject. He just come on. I'm gonna just get in it and guess what? If he don't, we had a college coach from Duquesne supposed to be on today, but I got a question for y'all. I just found this out yesterday. Which NBA player, okay, have generated the most video views across the NBA's social medias this year? Help me out. Which NBA players have generated the most views across the NBA's socials this year? It's a good one. It's a great guess right there. Nope. I'm going to help you out. He third. Businessman back on. Hold on. Hey, businessman said, who asked for tickets for new edition? I'm going to put it up on the screen. Hey, who asked for tickets? Okay. Y'all gonna give me no other two names. Y'all give me, it's two guys way in front of them. One of the guys double Ja Morant. So it's not Ja Morant. He's third. Sean Davis, come on, man. Give me another guess. Who? Jordan Clarkson. Hell no. Come on, Landon. See, okay. I didn't figure Landon out now. I didn't figure him out now. He just be, yeah. Yeah. He over there teaching them kids over there, and them kids getting on his damn nerve. So he said, okay, I got some. I'm finna get on y'all's damn nerve. I got you. I like that. I like that. Hell no, Jason Tatum. Who is Reggie McDonald? It ain't James Harden. Well, Mindy, it ain't James Mindy. LeBron, okay, thank you, that is Moody. LeBron is number 2. Let me give you the numbers. Come on, y'all missing it. John Morant's 305 million. LeBron James 402 million. Thank you, Stephen Woods. Thank you, Stephen Woods. It took you a long time to Google it, but thank you. Thank you. Stephen Curry, 674 million views. 674 million views. 674 million views. Hey, businessman, you need to send my man Stephen Woods some tickets, him and his wife. All that work. That man's a high school coach. And he be helping all these kids out here, be coaching all these kids in the summer. And his wife always, he's always, his wife is understanding. Find it in your heart, businessman, to hook Stephen Woods up, if you can. Hook Stephen Woods and his wife up. Let me see. Yeah. Hey, you see how I look out for my people? Wait a minute, who was it? See, Mindy. Hold up. Hold up. She always tell me she's trying to be a bigger person. Stephen Woods, hold on. You know what? Mindy, hold on. Let me go to the NBA. Let me go. Businessman, I know you heard me. Mindy, let me see what happened last night. And I know, Mindy, I know. They just beat the New York Knicks twice. And whoever that other team they whooped up on, I don't even remember. But Mindy, if they would, hold up, Mindy, if they would have lost, Mindy, if they would have lost, you would be tearing my head off right now, Mindy Collins. And you know you would have. You know they're going to lose. I think they got a 4-game thing right now. I hope they come out 3-1, but if they get 2-2, I'm cool. But, Mindy, how number 13 playing, Mindy? Somebody don't do it, Hannah. Yes, I am. Mindy, y'all notice, y'all. Hey, Mindy, you got to remember, Mindy. I stopped even talking about Brooklyn for a long time. You should have knew something. That's a good question. I wasn't saying that. Yeah, I didn't. Oh yeah, you didn't say nothing. Yeah, you're right. You didn't say nothing. You're right. You didn't say that. But why Ben Simmons not playing? Y'all tell me. Why you think? Not that is Moody. That is Greek. I'm gonna hold off on that judgment, Thad, because Thad said he think Harden is showing good leadership. It's easy to show good leadership when you're winning. Leadership to me is your character when you're losing. Like, who is that? Steven, I got something for you. Stephen Woods. All my coaches out here. Monty Williams said something to his team. He said, hey, y'all. He said, when you learn about your team, when you can love them when they're winning and when they're losing, you know you got something special. He said, I love my players when we're losing. He has some of the most inspirational pre-game and after-game speeches. Monty Williams is the man. He said, but Harden said he's one of the best teammates. Quit listening to Harden. Don't be listening to Hard Mindy. Hold up. Mike, wait. Michael Smith, man, I miss Mike. Mike Smith, how did they just showed a video on a player? He was walking down the street. He stopped and helped the homeless guy. They was following this player. Oh, you talking about the combine? Hey, Mike, listen to me. Wait a minute, Mike. Hold up, Mike. I got to move this. I got too much stuff. Mike, they watching. Let me tell you something. Summer League. If your nephew, somebody, they get invited to the combine, to the Summer League. It's in Las Vegas, right? Tell your little ass to stay out of them casinos. Because they got a team full of people watching to see who all go watch their going out habits. That's why they having it in Vegas, because they watch it. Let me tell you something what happened in the Summer League, NBA Summer League. They move all their personnel from New York to Vegas. So when your little Johnny in there at the crap table and they're doing this and kicking it, especially if he marginal, you got to understand when you're a star, they ain't gonna say nothing to you. I know some dudes got cut. Listen to me. The reason I'm looking down because my big screen is not working right. I know some people that got cut by their actions and where they went during the Summer League. I tell you the story about the year that Vince Young, Reggie Bush, and Mario Williams came out of college. And if I was wondering why in the hell did the Houston Texans pick Mario Williams over Reggie Bush and Vince Young? Vince Young from Houston. But what I was told, they followed these guys for months, seeing what they were doing. They didn't like the habits of Reggie Bush. They didn't like the habits of Vince Young. So listen, now if you got talent out the behind, if you just extremely talented, yes, your production might warrant you to get extra chance. See, Michael just said, he said, Hatter, they just showed a video of a player that was walking down the street in India and stopped to help a homeless guy. Guess what? Every team gonna know about that player. Every team gonna know about that player. That goes a long way. Jamal, what is his name? Jamal Shead. That thing that he did, picking up the garbage can, to some people that goes a long way. It's unbelievable. But we just got the that's why I don't believe in people. Somebody sent me a video again. Oh, hard. Oh, yeah. Somebody sent me something last night, and ain't gonna call. He sent it to me. See, y'all, we got people that be on TV around the world. They send me stuff to see my response, see what I'm gonna say about it, and I know they be going back to their shows using it. I ain't gonna call their name. But somebody sent me something this morning. Y'all got to help me with this. Jimmy be on in a second. Then I'm going to let him have it. I'm going to let him y'all can talk to him. So I got an article. Name of the article is Young Boy Never Broke. So I guess it's a rapper named Young Boy. Never broke. Never Broke Again. I guess he got a song out called Never Broke Again. His mom talks about having 12 grandchildren and her relationship with their mothers. Y'all, I didn't understand this. I didn't understand this. NBA, okay. The grandma said, I have 12 grandchildren all under 5. She wrote. I have a relationship. I have to have a relationship with their mothers until they're old enough to come and call on their own. Until then, I love them all. I'm not sure, y'all. I ain't seen the whole thing. But this young dude got 12 kids. And this person gonna tell me, Robert, that's the culture? Rap is part of our culture, but it's not our culture. Because I'm a part of the culture, and this ain't me. Freight's a part of the culture. Now, listen. Have this kid, somebody help me, because I hadn't read the whole article. Does this kid have 12 kids? Y'all remember Chris Walker came on this show talking about some that's the culture? Now, Floyd Mayweather's daughter got a baby, one of these babies. One of these 12 is Floyd Mayweather's daughter. Keke Wyatt on her 11th. See what I'm talking about? I ain't worried about young boy. Who is the women that's... I'm trying to go through this thing, man. Maybe y'all don't know who he is either. And maybe that's why y'all saying, y'all ain't saying him. This kid got 12 kids. How old is he? Somebody, did they say? "12 grandkids under 5. Why did the mama come? Listen to me. If it wasn't for me to talk about, why did the mama put it up here? Landon Ardwan. Keke Wyatt is a married and that's her husband. She can have 1,000 damn babies. We ain't talking about Keke Wyatt. No, Mr. Barnes, he didn't stab him. I thought she stabbed the girl who he was with. Go back and he stabbed the girl. Floyd's daughter stabbed the girl that he was with. Maybe he got in the way of the stabbing, but she was trying to stab the girl. I remember that. That happened in Houston. So this little boy is 22 years old. I'm just trying to, Donna, I'm just trying to figure this out, Donna. Donna, they sent this to me this morning, Madonna. I didn't mean to talk about it, but now Hatter, NBA YoungBoys only got. That's what I asked. I said, is he got, now, see, Madonna, you didn't hear what the hell I said then. Because I said, I'm just reading the article. I don't know if the little boy walked in my house right now, I wouldn't know who he was, Madonna. I'm just going by the article. Young boy never broke again's mom. Talks about having 12 grandchildren and her relationship with the mom. She didn't mention her brother in the article. She didn't, so the other brother got 5. So Madonna, 22 years old and got 7 kids. And you think that's better? You said now harder. Madonna, you've been hanging out with Jimmy. You done had your sip already today. I already see. Jimmy, you got to quit calling this show the Midday Sports Happy Hour, because some of these folks been having a drink with you for this show. I'm just telling you, some of these comments, it's just killing me right here, Jimmy. But there you go. Let me get you big on the screen. Let me get Jimmy my big screen won't act right. They won't let me share today. I'm using my skeleton crew. Yo, I don't feel I couldn't troubleshoot it, Jimmy. So you're kind of small today over here, man. On me, I'm used to you being boy. I got to use my glasses a couple times. But Jimmy, I was just saying, you don't have to talk about it. I'm finna tell you what I was talking about before. Somebody sent me an article this morning. And the article said, check this out, Jimmy. Young Boy. I guess that's his name, NBA Young Boy. You ever heard any song, Jimmy? You know who he is?
I think somebody, we talked about him before.
Yeah, I guess we did. Okay.
Before.
I still don't know his songs, right? But I guess he got a song called Never Broke Again. All right? He got a song, right? But his mama, hold up, his mama talks about having 12 grandkids, children, and her relationship with the mamas. She said all the 12 grandkids, Jimmy, all under 5. But she was talking about NBA Youngboy. So guess what? I'm assuming all 12 of them his. Because she didn't mention the other brothers. Nobody else. She just said him. Right? So, now this the same dude that one of them babies is by Floyd Mayweather's little daughter. Jimmy, hold on, Jimmy. Get what Madonna gonna tell me, Jimmy. That's my favorite girl in the world. Get what she tell me. But Hal, he ain't got but 7 kids. The other 5 is his brother. But Madonna's 7 at 22. Oh my God. She act like Hannah. He didn't have 12 murders. He just murdered 7 people. I mean, Hannah, he didn't run 12 red lights. He just ran 7 red lights. Jimmy, I ain't talking about the kid. I'm just sitting here. Jimmy, this is what killed me. People say, Hannah don't talk about certain subjects. But why did mama come on here and put it on Twitter? Why did mama telling her all of folks' business? I didn't know how many babies he had. So that's all, Jimmy. We can talk about what you got, man. I know you got some. You had a coach, and the coach missed the flight. You missed. What else you get?
The plane. Yeah, coach plane got delayed twice, so we'll get him back in on Tuesday, and we got a lot of news. First, before we want to talk high school playoffs, but just hold tight on that, guys, and because we're gonna wrap, we're gonna keep this thing tight today.
Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on.
30 minutes.
I ain't never heard nobody say this. Hold on. Look what Madonna said. Jimmy can't hang with her with drink. Madonna, this man is a freaking machine. Madonna, he ain't got no liver. He ain't got none of that. That shit just, I don't know what it does. Madonna.
She must mean milk. She must mean milk or something.
Madonna, that man there is a machine. And I'm going to just leave it like that there. He's a Terminator. He's a cyborg. Don't try to drink that boy, man. Come on. Now back to you, Jeff.
Huh? Yeah. I don't know who Madonna is, but I'm telling you, Madonna, you might want to go work. Madonna, I might be out your weight class. Put it like that. You just put it like that when it comes to drinking.
I ain't never seen nobody have that many drinks and don't even look like they the drunk now.
Yeah. But boy, we got college.
What you got?
Adam first.
What?
Young fella, Demond Demas.
Who?
Demond Demas. He was an All-American football player who went to
Tomball,
North Forest.
Yeah,
North Forest High School at first. and then transferred over to Tomball
Mm-hmm.
and was ruled ineligible for the whole year for moving, and after it was deemed, he was transferred for football purposes. The story made the local news headlines, the decision and the appeal, because he was the number one wide receiver in the area, if not the state, coming out of high school. He goes and he signs with Texas A&M. He gets there. He played some this year. I think I saw him in a couple of games. Well, he's been arrested, guys, and on a charge of assault, family violence, and this incident occurred Saturday, and it was a victim. Is supposed to be, or was supposed to be, his girlfriend. So basically, violence, assault. That means he put his hands on this young lady. Now he's been in handcuffs. Anybody that's watching this, attorney or something, if you're watching and you got legal qualifications, is this charge a felony or a misdemeanor? I don't know. But still, it's an assault charge, right? And this is another case. This is one of those cases where he can emerge from this, because it's not like, I don't think, check this out. Hannah, let me read an excerpt from the newspaper today about this story. The injury caused bleeding, loose teeth, swelling, and a hole to the bottom of the lip. She stated that she and the defendant had been in an intimate dating relationship for a year. Demas admitted to initiating the verbal altercation, and when it got physical, he took her to the ground, causing her to bite her lip. That's his statement. He's been suspended from the university, from Texas A&M, and is not with the football program as of early March.
Jimmy, give me the charge again. What you said? What was the charge again?
On the paper, it says a charge of assault, family violence.
Okay. It's in Texas, right? An aggravated assault is a second degree.
It don't say aggravated. It don't say aggravated. Not aggravated.
Okay.
Aggravated means you use a weapon.
Okay.
That's what aggravated. Or most of the time, aggravated means you use something that could be used as a weapon.
Okay.
So, man, he posted $5,000 bond. However, somebody loves this young man because his attorney.
They love his talent. They don't love the young man. They love his talent.
Well, I mean, yeah. That's same. That's
Okay.
indirectly. You know what I'm saying? Indirectly.
Okay.
Or put like this: have love for him.
Okay.
That's
All
a better
right.
case,
That's
better arrangement of the words. Because his attorney is Tony Busby, who's been in the news opposite Deshaun Watson. So now Tony Busby gets on the other side of the fence of a different type of an assault, but an assault again of a football player versus a female.
And Tony Busby is an A&M board of regent. Is an A&M. I think he's a regent, and he's an A&M alumni. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He was an Aggie.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So here's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
It goes until when I initially started, I say it's a big concern. This ain't the first time for the young fella
Mm.
being in this type of being in an involvement of an altercation allegedly with the female, with the girlfriend or whatnot. That he turned into caveman on one of these girls. A year ago, right?
What about in
The
2020?
mother of an alleged victim reached out to the Houston Chronicle saying she could not get in contact with A&M's coaches concerning Demas striking her daughter, who was his girlfriend at the time. Following the investigation by the Texas A&M police, the DA down in Brazos County ultimately declined to press the charges, and no arrest was made a year ago. They say because it was a case of he said, she said. And
Jimmy, what happened in 2020? They said this isn't the first time that Dumas has been in trouble with authorities over domestic
I just read it.
I thought you said a year ago.
Well, in 2020.
Okay. Year ago in
That's when he
2021.
That's when he graduated high school.
So
in 2020.
In 20, okay, he was accused of hitting a woman then too. In 2020.
No,
This is what the article said. I wasn't there.
No, in the
I'm
article
not,
says
I'm not in the
this is-
Chronicle article. I'm not with the Chronicle article.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading from Sports Illustrated. They said this isn't the first time that Dumas has been in trouble with authorities over a domestic dispute. In 2020, they might got it wrong. He was accused of hitting a woman who stated to be his girlfriend. That's SI. Houston Chronicle probably got better.
One of them got it. Probably got it typo.
It's all good. It's all good. I was just wondering, was it a difference?
Yeah. But the thing is, he wasn't charged in the other one, and they chalked it up as he say, she say. But a court of public opinion is not going to be able to avoid this case because of Tony Busby's presence. Because every time he walks into the limelight, people will have questions about Deshaun Watson and his status. So he's going to be followed. He's an attraction for media right now. This is a guy who ran for the mayor, lost to the sitting present mayor, Sylvester Turner. And yes, he did come on the Chop Shop about 3 years ago. We had him on the Chop Shop. Well, the radio station, which we were at, had him on the Chop Shop. You know, he came through in the radio station. You know, it was like, that was a public service through amazing 102.5 FM. So my thing, back to this young man. Tony Busby, we'll see if he can work the magic and getting this thing no build or getting it dismissed. Meanwhile, the young fella is from the north side of Houston. He went to North Forest Middle School. He was teammates with those guys, with the stars from North Shore High School a couple of years ago. 2 of those young men went to middle school with this young man. That show you how popular. I bet that middle school team probably was wrecking shop. Zach, the running back, had him, and I think either the wide receiver
Zach
or the
Evans.
quarterback. One of them. Yeah, Zach Evans. They all went to middle school together. So somebody will give him a second chance. Well, a third chance in this case, because A&M gave him a second chance. But he would have to go do some work to clean up his image, get out there in the public. Go down to the city hall on Wednesday when they feeding the homeless. Get with the Random Act of Kindness foundation. Or get something to physically. And guess what? One of the things that you guys can see that has worked out for somebody. And it's the Kanye documentary. I started watching some of that stuff, and one thing about it, he had this guy videoing him the whole way back in the days. So he might need to get somebody to video him doing some random acts of kindness. And that would be the start of this atonement and redemption process for this young man. It's sad though, man. But, a lot of the guys, the football players and athletes, period, from repeatedly putting their hands on these females. And guess what? They are making you pay. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. So that was dang. And also, speaking of Texas A&M, Marcus Williams was an all-state basketball player in that same class of 2020. He went and played at Dickinson High School alongside Tremont Mark, who's at University of Houston. This young man went to Wyoming out of high school and was one of their leading scorers at Wyoming last year, Marcus Williams. Transferred because of the transfer portal. I mean, in the NCAA news, you get one transfer without having to sit out. He used that with Texas A&M, and he played this season, was in the starting lineup for the most part of the first half of the season. And recently, he has not been suiting up with the Aggies. They asked the head coach, Buzz Williams, about his status, and I paraphrase, and Buzz mentioned that he has not been kicked off the team, but Buzz stopped short of saying that Marcus Williams was a member of the team. Somebody that's close to Marcus Williams has reached out to me asking about if I know some colleges for him. So that leads me to believe that Marcus Williams has played his last basketball at Texas A&M. See, now we're talking about this type of stuff. Y'all sharing your ass off now. Go ahead on, share the show. Let people know we watch. You know how it go. It's that time. Come on. Go on and share the show. I'm gonna give y'all a second. So y'all can go and let whoever need to come on and get some of this. It's news. It's news. This is the cost that you pay to be the boss. When you're the starter, you're a big man on campus. It's news. Everybody wants to be in the news, but only when you can control the narrative. Guess what? At this stage, you can't afford the narrative. The narrative, you can pay to control it, but you can't afford it at that stage of amateurism. You can be a pro and control it. So, and this is not an attack on the young man at all. It's just news. He's not playing anymore. Probably played his last game. Now, what makes this even more unfortunate is he has a brother who started at Texas at Prairie View A&M down the road this season. Faith Williams. His brother was a great, great story coming out of high school. Was an all-district player. Didn't have no Division I schools that were biting on him. He took a gamble on himself and said, you know what? Got the coach to agree. If he come on in as a walk-on at Prairie View A&M, Coach Byron Smith agreed. He came on as a walk-on and ended up actually playing. Played as a freshman. Starter-type minutes. And eventually, Prairie View A&M give this young man a scholarship, which saves him thousands upon thousands of dollars. Plays now. Faith Williams is no longer a member of the Prairie View A&M basketball team. And it's unlike the brother there is legal matters involved with Faith Williams, and it's a mess. And from what I understand, and more details on that as they unfold. And so, but I feel, think about it. You have two sons. Somebody had two sons that were starting at the Division I level, two different schools, which is very, very rare. You think about what I'm saying. There have been brothers who started Division I in the same sport, but there is very rare. It's a very rare list of those who can say they have two brothers, not a brother and a sister, two brothers that are starting at different Division I colleges at the same time. That's how rare. That's very rare. Very, very, very rare. And by the end of the season, not even upon spring break, they're both are not in uniform anymore. That has to hurt. And for Faith, I'm quite sure he should be at the back door getting his degree, but at the same time, he got legal problems. So we hope the best for those young men. Sad situation, man. Sad situation.
And the reason it's so
And,
sad, Jimmy, they had the opportunity. They're in college, trying to better themselves, trying to be maybe some of the first people to come out of their household to go to college, and you know, having these chances and close and almost there, and things happen. So yes, you got to. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Tough. That's for sure.
You know,
And
what that Jimmy, and what I would tell the people who trying to get to college, it's just not to make it to college. You got to get through life. That's why every time I'm on this show, I try to give them I can try to communicate some life, Jimmy, to somebody so they can give it to their son. Because guess what? Basketball is good, but you got to live life. It's a whole lot of life out there left. And a lot of us just, and we don't understand it. But what else you got? I know you got more.
Oh yeah, we got more, of course, tonight. We're going around the horn. We're gonna talk high school basketball in just a second. NBA news: Kevin Durant is expected to return to the hardwood tonight with the Brooklyn Nets. So all eyes will be on KD, as of course Brooklyn will be playing at home, hosting Miami. So that means no Kyrie, but you get KD, and I think now Ben Simmons is closing in on his return, which no matter what, man, is somebody. But no matter what, Hal, between James Harden and Ben Simmons, there's no way that both of them can win. It's only going to be one team that's going to advance from the East. Whichever one of them, depending on the manner of which they are eliminated, that the masses are going to compound interest on them, on the beat down, the verbal bashings of them. It's going to be sad. Watch. It's inevitable. And Ben Simmons, I don't understand why Ben Simmons needs 2 weeks to be able to play basketball when you've been sitting idle for months. He's been sitting idle.
Now, Jimmy, something is wrong with that kid, man. Something is going on, man. I'm for real.
Well,
something is going on. I know we in a hurry to want him to play. Man, some it's a reason why this kid, man, some missing right now. I'm telling y'all gonna find it out. You gonna say, y'all gonna say, no, I'm telling you, y'all. See, I know somebody right now personally that's suffering from mental illness, and he don't even know it. But is his actions and the certain things he's doing normal people don't do, but he think he's normal. Something is going on with that guy. That's why I see. That's why I be laughing at y'all, because I know y'all, man, we want to bash him. I ain't trying to bash him. Not now one of them do, because something might be going on with both of them. I know you don't feel sorry for him because you don't like him, but sometimes people's actions, man, make you say, dang. So that's why I'll be so reluctant. I know y'all be talking about, well, how do you take up man? I'm telling you, some of these folks crazy, Jim. Tell us, what else we got? Some of these folks something wrong with them.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Now we want to ask you guys at the time, go ahead on and share the show. Once again, if you haven't done so, let's share the show to your timelines, to your groups, and we're going to emerge into some playoff talk. And first, this weekend, there will be let me see, I'm looking at the times, will be the TAPS state tournament for boys and the girls public school state tournament. Y'all follow me? Well, actually, the TAPS for boys and girls state is this weekend, but the public school state tournament is in San Antonio, and that will also be this weekend. I got my newspaper right here, guys. I'm the old school. I gotta have it where I can just hold it and make a little noise. Something about that newspaper sound when you bust it open. But I want to give a shout out to young Miss Jackson over at Hardin Jefferson, who was on the Chop Shop a couple of weeks ago. She has guided her team, Hardin Jefferson, into the state tournament in the 4A classification. Their semifinal game is 1:30 Friday at the Alamo Dome, right? The team that they're playing against is the number 1 seed, Argyle. Argyle is 37-0, undefeated. Hardin Jefferson is 33-4. This game will be tomorrow, the state championship. Whoever wins will play at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Also give a shout to Summer Creek women's girls basketball team from advancing to the state 6A tournament. They will face South Grand Prairie, and the winner will face the winner of San Antonio Clark, the hometown favorite, and DeSoto, who's the top seed in the state. That championship will be at 8:30 on Saturday. In 5A, College Station versus Cedar Park, Frisco Memorial versus Amarillo, and that's the Class 5A girls. And on the boys' side, we have the regionals. I break down some of the regionals in the VIP news of RCS Sports. You guys can get that on going to the website rcssports.com. But I want to let you know one correction from the other day that I mentioned, and that is I mentioned Bel Air High School. We talked about them. They are in the regionals. And I mentioned that Bel Air, they did not go back-to-back. They've been to 2 regionals in the past 3 years. Ridge Point beat Bel Air in last year's playoffs. Bel Air was in the regionals 2 years ago, but they're back. They will take on Shadow Creek in the doubleheader, and that game, of course, will be played at the Berry Center alongside Atascocita and Clements. Shout out to all those coaches, Coach President over at Shadow Creek, Coach Glover at Bel Air, Coach Van Price over at Clements, and, of course, David Martinez over at Atascocita. And those are your final 4 teams. Shadow Creek and Atascocita are two of the favorites in both of those games. And I just put it like this. If every team plays their A game, of all those, just say of all your matchups, Clements and Atascocita, it would take Clements to play their A+ game, while Atascocita would probably play their C- game for Clements to win. If Atascocita brings their A+ game, this game can get really ugly. Bel Air and Shadow Creek. If Shadow Creek, who's more experienced, a little bit older, they do start one or two freshmen in that lineup, and at least 3 of them are in their rotation. Bel Air has 4 freshmen that will either start or be playing starter minutes. There's a lot of freshmen that are starting on varsity basketball teams in Greater Houston. Just the other day, the other night, I heard I had to correct somebody who was about to spew some falseness about a freshman, and that was John Urey the other night, because John didn't say anything. And I'm the type of guy, no, stop. You're lying. Stop. And he was saying, but man, because we was talking about Calvin Murphy III, who had a phenomenal game in the defeat when Yates played Silsby. And of course, you had Deshaun Scott, who's another freshman that starts for Yates, that played pretty good, didn't score a lot of points, but he played pretty well. Strong lefty. And after the game, you was like, man, this kid, one of the only freshmen that's starting in the city. John, stop. There's at least 25 freshmen that started on varsity around Greater Houston. At least 25. I can go further and say, I would really say the range would be from 25 to probably 35 freshmen started on varsity this year. At least, and started at least one game. That's a lot of freshmen that's starting, right? And once again, what does that say about the upperclassmen? The potency of the upperclassmen at these schools. We see more. I thought it was a rarity a couple of weeks ago, well, last week, when Chris McDermott from Booker T. Washington, he's not a freshman, he's a sophomore, but he was named MVP of his district. Unanimous MVP of the district, right? Well, and with him being unanimous, he became the first player, 10th grader in HISD to be named unanimous MVP since Daniel Gibson was in the 10th grade. Now you go over to Katy. That's a young man, AJ Bates, 10th grader for Seven Lakes High School. He was just named MVP of the district. MVP of the district. And if I'm not mistaken, I meant to call Lionel Cryer. You might can text him real quick. Or if one of the Cryers are watching right now, which they often do, can you let us know, did LJ Cryer win MVP in the 10th grade? Because if not, then this kid, AJ Bates, may be the first in the history of Katy ISD, boys basketball that is, to win MVP in basketball. A growing number of underclassmen are putting their fingerprints, not just on the teams, but in their seasons, in their districts. See, those are case in points that can be used when you're conversing with counterparts about the potency about our players in this city, these underclassmen coming up. You got to use that as case in point. Ask the next guy, and ask somebody in your city. Thaddeus Moody's in Chicago. Has a 10th grader been named MVP of a district in Chicago? Thaddeus Moody's. Do they have a 10th grader up there who's leading the state in block shots like Robert Miller III? You know, remember we saw a 10th grader just captivate and go viral. Prompted Jeff Van Gundy to mention his name during an NBA broadcast just 2 weeks ago. Right? Justin Begg hit a game-winning three-pointer for Bel Air Episcopal in the championship game. Another 10th grader. And guess what? He's a 10th grader. Underclassmen taking over. Don't get it twisted. That don't mean that there's nothing up top. Like I say, I put my hat on class of 2023. I like the class of 2023 in Greater Houston. But these 9th graders that's coming up and these 10th graders, they got something to say. They up next after these 11 graders. Remember, 11 graders who I was telling you guys about. Remember, there was, and speaking of 9th grader, I mentioned Chris McDermott, Hatter. Right? I mentioned Chris McDermott.
I like McDermott.
But then also, there's a 9th grader that started on the side of Chris McDermott for Booker T. Washington. That probably nobody has mentioned his name hardly all year.
In the beginning of the year, we did, because he at the icebreaker, he got, what you talking about, the Johnson?
Samuel Johnson.
Yes.
Sam Johnson.
Yes.
He's 6'6", 9th grader, starting on a team that's gone to regionals alongside a 10th grader. And then Kenneth Lewis, who scored 40 again the other night. Well, you got to worry about these guys getting, think about it, 6'6", 6'6", and 6'7". We list Chris McDermott is 6'8". Chris McDermott is not 6'8". Let's just get this straight right now. Not 6'8".
He close.
Not 6'8". 6'7" ain't 6'8".
That
5'11" ain't 6 foot. 5'11" ain't 6 foot. 6'7" ain't 6'8".
All right. Okay.
It is what it is. Guess what? It is what it is. But guess what? Know what he is? He's 23 and 15 rebounds a game. That's what he is in the 10th grade. Y'all guys hear me? Y'all hear me? Now, I mentioned Atascocita earlier. They're the only team returning to the regionals out of the 4. We go over to the other side in Region 4, San Antonio. ASAC will give you guys some love. Reagan would play Brennan, and San Antonio Warren would play Austin Westlake, which is the favorite. Austin Westlake is the favorite to come out of that region again, as they did a year ago. They beat Atascocita in the semis. Remember, there was no state semis last year. Remember, everybody had to play. It was only the state championship, if I'm not mistaken, right? So in Region 1, top-ranked Richardson High School was eliminated by McKinney. And McKinney now will play North Crowley in the 1 semifinals, while Martin will take on El Paso Americas, who's the only team in that region, Region 1, to return from a year ago. They're 35-2. Now, in Region 2, we have 2 teams from Houston that will be traveling to Dallas to the Ellis Davis Fieldhouse to take on 2 DFW area teams, just as we did a year ago. South Falls will take on Garland. South Falls featured, Josiah McWright Out of you name it, you got a couple of little youngers that you fond of on that South Falls team. JoJo Tugler, he's made a name for himself on the local level. This is when a kid like JoJo Tugler can introduce his game to the to the DFW area.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can do it one game and then get to the championship game, it will even magnify because he would get a chance to play against the winner of Duncanville and Cy Ranch. That's 2 Cypress teams in the regional semis. But guess what? And yes, Ball So Hard, Jeffrey Day, JoJo versus Big Zuby. Big Zuby played in the middle hatter on that.
JoJo is a big dude. Is it big?
JoJo about 6'7".
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. JoJo is arguably the best big man in the city for Greater Houston. We don't have a lot of shot block, but he's arguably the best.
Talking about the young, he better than the kid at a Paytown?
Well, Sean Jones does a lot of facing the basket stuff. He doesn't do a lot of his damage with his back to the basket. I said
Paytown.
Big Chuck Woo. Yes.
Okay.
He's more. His ceiling is higher than Chuck Wag and Chuck Woo right now. Yeah. Chuck Woo can only do it with his back to the basket.
Okay.
And lean around, or
I gotta check him out. I've never seen him play. Most of his baskets are dunks. Most of Chuck Woo's baskets. So the young JoJo got more skill. It's more skill.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And he's a grade younger. He's 11th grade. He's back next year. So
I gotta check old JoJo out. I'm sorry.
No, JoJo is fun to watch.
Okay.
And now it's a matter of what team he's going to be on this summer. He played with the Houston Defenders last year. I'm not sure. I think maybe the Houston Hoops this year. I'm not sure. If you guys are watching, somebody can put it on there in the Boom Boom Room. You guys understand? Great action all weekend, no matter where you are. Let me tell you something. For those that you really want a good Texas two-step, you go up to Dallas, support the Houston Cypress teams. Then you come back through Waco on that Saturday morning and check out the private school teams that are in Waco for the state championships. That's a hell of a Texas two-step because they got about 4 teams, depending on what they do on Saturday. Matter of fact, Greater Houston has at least 5 teams that are vying for a state championship in TAPS. Now, of course, also, when I leave out, I think I got everybody. Booker T. Washington will be playing Austin LBJ in the Class 4A semifinals. This is Booker T. Washington, their first time in regionals since 1995. Right? First time since 1995. And they're in the regionals. They play Austin LBJ. This is a very winnable game for Booker T. Washington. Think about it. See, one thing about Booker T is this is a prime game. And I can tell you, what they're gonna try to do. They're gonna try to contain and keep McDermott off the glass. Austin LBJ is gonna challenge Kenneth Lewis and say, you know what? We'll let you shoot. Because I would take our chances.
Shoot it. No. He gonna shoot it.
We want you to shoot. Matter of fact, we let you shoot and run to the basket to get the rebound. Long shot, long rebound, though. So don't overrun the rebound. But the thing is, a kid like Andre Walker II. This game is a prime stage for him. He's 11th grader now. To put his fingerprints all over this game. They are going to let you do whatever you want once you cross half court.
Why?
Now, they might send some traps at him in the backcourt. You follow what I'm saying?
Why are they going to let him do everything? Because they're going to try to double other guys?
Yes, the attention is going to go towards the other guys. Samuel Johnson will get to do whatever he wants, because the scouts would show that McDermott wants the ball, Kenneth Lewis wants the ball. So what if they're not getting the ball? Will they still be the same on the other end? Will they still be going after rebounds, which McDermott goes after them at a much higher rate than Kenneth Lewis does? But will they be the same? Will they have the same energy on defense? So that's why you would, if you also never you expect that. Let Andre Walker beat us. Let Samuel Johnson beat us. And guess what Booker T. Washington is going to have to be willing to do? You have to be willing to let your teammates, if they want they won't dare your teammate to hit a layup or open jump shot that's in moderate range, you do it. You listen, let me out. Booker T. Booker T. Booker T. That's what they got, Al. That's what they serving, and that's what they're gonna be serving down in Lufkin tomorrow. Silsby, we're rooting for you to win. This is a rematch, Al. The only rematch, right? That we're going. It's one of two. They have, I think, Fate Family is a rematch in the semis with their opponent, Kaufman. But Connolly, Waco Connolly, a year ago played Silsby in these very regional semis. Silsby prevailed 81-62. Now they meet again. Waco Connolly is 31-3. Silsby is 30-6. Pretty much most of these playoff teams have had at least one scare, Adam. Silsby's scare was the other night against Yates. Now, Fur played them tough in the second round. Or was it the first round when Silsby played Fur? I think it was second round. They played them tough, but Silsby rolled on away from them. Silsby, we need Booker T. Washington and Silsby. That's what we need in 4A. That's what we need down there. Let's. So that's what I'm rooting for. And it's nothing wrong, Silsby, you should want Booker T. Washington. You should want Booker T. Washington. After all the talk I done did about Booker T all year, you should want to get a crack to hush me up about Booker T. As a beside.
Oh, I want to see Booker T. I want Booker T to win the whole thing.
And guess what? Fate Family is the top seed, the favorite in that 4A classification. But how many times does a top seed have to lose before you guys realize that there's a reason that upsets are called upsets? It happens every year in various cities, in various states, where the top seed tumbles. Richardson, it just happened to them the other day.
Jimmy, I got a little breaking news. But when you finish, I got a little breaking news.
What we got?
Guess who gonna be I'm finna make what Mindy at? Is Mindy still there? Guess who I like again right now? Guess who? Kyrie Irving. Guess why? He done fired them folks and gonna let his mother-in-law, his stepmama, represent him. He done fired them other folks and gonna let his mom, Shatelia Riley Irving is his new agent. She's going to be reported as the only black woman currently representing an NBA player. It's Woman History Month. It's Black Woman History Month to me. And she just made Black History today. So Shatelia Riley Irving, his mama passed. His mama died when he was young. His daddy has remarried. And hold up now. She just ain't no regular mama now. Hold on. For the last 4 years now, she's the vice president of ad sales for Black Entertainment Television, BET. Before that, she spent 5 years as the company's account manager. So she understands high finance. So guess what? I like Kyrie Irving again. Hey, y'all, I don't mind if the vaccine go back. I back like because I was mad at him, Jimmy. But guess what? I love Kyrie Irving right now for making that change. What if LeBron never gave what's his name, Rich Paul, a chance? Shout out to Kyrie Irving, man. I can't talk about him no more. I got to cheer for him again now. Dang. But I'm back. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that before we get off the show. But I know what else you got. What else you got out there? So
it's time to we get ready to land the plane. I was just giving that's your good dose of high school playoffs that's going on this weekend, and we'll make our picks on tomorrow on rcsports.com. I make my picks. I look through some of these games, and I want you to pay attention to something. Just 2 weeks ago, remember, Bel Air Episcopal went up and won the SPC championship. They beat the team from DFW. And I'm going to be keeping score. Let's keep a little score and see how this thing turns out with the DFW Greater Houston matchups. Private school and public school. Let's see how it goes. I'm just curious when we come on back. I know somebody like Kevin Freightman will definitely keep tabs, or Jeffrey Day keep stats on that. Let's see how it goes from any team from DFW this weekend that plays against the Greater Houston team. Let's see how it goes. And then of course we have one state champion or one regional champion, but we'll see how the matchup goes as well. I want to get the whole composite total. And shout out, of course, Miss Irvin. Yeah, Miss Irvin is Tasha Mack now to her baby boy. She didn't turn into Tasha Mack. If that's the famous character on
now
one
that's
of
his
the
stepmom now, Jimmy.
That's a stepmom?
Stepmom. His mom passed when he was young. That's his father's. That's his stepmom.
Well, she, you know what? It's she got mama.
Oh yeah.
She's just not his birth. Yeah, she's mom.
No. I'm just letting you know. But a lot of people didn't know, and I want to clarify that. That's all.
Now, and of course, Xavier Scott from Cy Falls, he was the magnificent the other night, 13 punts in their win over Westfield. I was at that game. Willie Williams,
you
Zion
love Westfield
Pippen.
too, Jimmy.
I mean, that's that Westfield. Good. You know what? I've been down with Westfield since 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
When they were winning. At one time, guys, in case you don't know, Westfield was the Duncanville of Houston.
Yeah.
At one point. Meaning that they had a girls program that were ranked in the nation. They had a boys program ranked in the nation in basketball. Football team was ranked in the nation. That was Westfield. Back at the turn of the millennium. And that game, man, JoJo Tugler got the best of Willie Williams. Josiah McWright and Zion Pipkin, they pretty much canceled each other out. They both scored 13 points. I don't think between them combined was only one field goal in the second half. That's between Josiah McWright and Zion Pipkin. The two leading scorers combined for only one field goal in the second half of that game.
Is you still talking about Cy Falls right now?
Cy Falls and Westfield.
How come you didn't tell me about old Xavier Scott?
I just mentioned him a while ago.
But what
I just mentioned him.
Okay.
He had 13.
Okay. I just want to see him. I want to check him out. I just want to check him out.
He's a guard that has that. He plays that Howard Isley role with Cy Falls. So he's a guy that he can hit the open shot, good quick release, good form on the shot, and plays pretty good defense. Can keep people in front of him, but at the same time, Garland beat Garland.
Okay.
You expected to beat Garland. even though Garland ain't lost but one game all year. I expect Cy Falls to beat Garland. And then let him fall where they may against
Let
Duncan.
the chips fall where they may. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But I expect you to beat Garland. Alan, Cypress ISD is the toughest district in the area right now. I would say in the state. Yeah. Strength in numbers. Think about it. Here's what I say. I'm talking about all sports bundled together. We're not just going to cherry pick basketball or football. Cy-Fair ISD, they win, place a show in baseball, softball, football, basketball, and the girls had a stranglehold of winning going to state back with the Uwigman case sisters 15 years ago.
Hey, man, I'm trying to see why this man says Cy Ranch ain't got a chance in hell. Cy Ranch got to go. That was a hell of a damn draw, Cy Ranch. But what if they upset him? Jimmy, how could they? How could they upset him? Is it a way? Ron Holland got to Ron Holland and Anthony Black just got to not show up.
Well, here's what would have to happen. Justin Norris would have to bring his A+ game. And Justin Norris has a game that's similar to Sean Elkington from Crosby.
That's good.
Meaning he can go and he can pop out there and catch the three, knock down the three ball, and also can get in there and rebound. He would have to get possessions and keep the glass honest for Cy Ranch. This I'm talking about Justin Norris.
Oh, Anthony Black ain't playing, Jimmy, they said. That's what Doug said.
That makes it even better.
Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going.
That makes it even better. So once again, Cy Ranch can win this game. Rebounding is possessions. If they keep the glass honest, meaning that you can't let Duncanville, they're long and they're deep. You can't let them get offensive rebound after offensive rebound. It's simple. Make them hit the three-pointers. But remember, long shot equals long rebound.
Because they guards, Duncanville guards, them guards got the Cy Ranch guards can't release. They got to stay in and rebound. You're right, Jimmy. Because I know Duncanville guards rebound.
Yeah. And they rebound and they keep coming after you in waves. So the thing is Mo Manecki, first of all, he's the leader of this team. Here's the thing. If there ever was a time, most great players have at least one postseason game of dominance where their fingerprints is all over it. It ain't no way around this. You can't be called great in high school if you can't think of the postseason, not a regular season game, but a postseason game.
It's a good point.
For which you got out there and people will remember you 20 years later. All great ones that came out of this city or this state or your state.
Signature game.
All meet that criteria. They all do.
A signature game in the playoffs. You got to.
Yes. So this is the chance because Cy Ranch been doing it by committee.
Right.
Mo Manecki didn't
have
like
that though, Jimmy. I like that. I like the way their team is constructed.
This is his opportunity. I'm telling you.
But he don't need to do too much, Jimmy. He need to just do the same damn thing he been doing. Just be more efficient with it. Because that's the way their team is set up.
Him scoring 13 points, Hatter. Him scoring 13 points in this game against Duncanville, they get beat by 40. He has to be in a rhythm somewhere, in a groove. And if he go right through their chest, get to the free throw line, every trip to the free throw line, listen to me, guys. You guys hardly ever hear me talk basketball like this. But every trip to the free throw line is like having a 30-second timeout. So think of it like that. You get to the free throw line, Justin Norris get to catch his breath. Ryan Moore get to catch his breath. You see what I'm saying? All those guys, Colby Raspberry get to catch his breath. Because it's going to take everything you got to beat these guys.
Yeah, it's going to be an intense game. You're going to get tired quick.
Free throws are your friend. Free throws are your friend. Rebounds and free throws. Their defense, I'm not going to even question that because Cy Ranch has been playing great defense for the most part of all season. But they can't get rattled. You can't go to sleep on these guys. You can't go and try to wait and counter. You got to go right at Duncanville, make your shots, pick your spots. If you miss it, get your butt back down the court. And everybody got each other, man. And guess what? They going to make a run. You might get down by 8. You might get down by 10. But I've seen Duncanville give a lead up. And this what it takes.
Well, I'll see y'all, man. I mean, I ain't going to be able to.
Yeah.
Y'all just keep me on Twitter. Y'all stay out of them gyms who ain't got no them gyms who don't have I hope y'all are not in the gyms that don't have reception. So I'm gonna be checking to see who's winning and who doing what. And thank God, shout out to Melvin Dews. Melvin Dews was in there filming the game the other night. I got a chance to see the end of that Beaumont United game on Facebook Live. Thank you so much. But I just, y'all just keep me abreast, keep Twitter hot, and let me know what's going on.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. We got to get up out of here. Don't forget, grassroots programs out there, the Spring Icebreaker. We are going to close registration in a couple of days. That's it. I'm not going to have this thing taking me all the way through and running ragged just to get this schedule together. This schedule will be very, very, very favorable and friendly for the teams. We have several teams from out of town. As always, it's going to be rocking. I didn't post the teams because I know how some people won't wait till you post your teams, as I did in the past, and they will gotta go and poach your teams away. And so you know what? Just watching, you'll see. Now we do know one thing. Oh, Heather, man.
What?
Guess what I found out?
What happened?
That there's another tournament that of using teams that's not playing in that tournament as bait to track other teams to come play. You follow me? You're telling them certain teams are playing in your tournament, which, and this is where the tricky part comes in at, guys. You could be telling the truth about their third grade team because you're just saying the name of the organization. Man, I got them coming, but you're not talking about the age group of the team that you're trying to solicit to come to the thing. And once again, this ain't the first time. I call those type of guys janky promoters. And you guys know that. Janky promoters.
You see that movie, you know what he's talking about.
They told you Team Sizzle was coming and Chet Holmgren was coming a couple of years ago, summers ago, and that kid get on social media like, yo, I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm not going down there. Do it all the time. They told some team Duncanville was gonna play in their high school events. Duncanville was like, man, we're not playing over there.
Guess what? I don't even have the energy, man. I wish you had the time. I mean, I'm not surprised.
I got a solution. I brought it up for a point, and I got a message to everybody out there.
Okay, tell them, because I'm gonna set this one out.
Let me get up out of here. If you are a grassroots administrator and a person advertises and solicits for you to come to tell you that you, under the pretense that you will be playing against another team that had no intention to come. Some stuff happened, Adam. The car breakdown, the emergencies happen. Team got to pull out. That stuff happens. But you guys know what I'm talking about. If you come in and you make a commitment to come to that event thinking you're going to be playing against another sneaker program or whatnot, and that team is not on that schedule, you should request for all of your parents to get in free. That's where to stop that. Because that's what it hurts. Those parents, they're going to be required to pay that tab at the door because they agreed to come thinking they were coming to play against John Doe's, the big fish, who you advertise. Yeah, I think, yeah, they coming, man. I got them. Anybody can say I got them coming right now. If more people would say that right now, hey, before you pay, so if you ain't paid your money yet, you got the leverage. You can tell them, hey, yo, we're going to pay our entry fee. But if this team don't show up, what are you going to do? What you mean? What are you going to do if that team don't show up? You advertise and say we're going to get to play them. Is it possible? What if they not there? Well, I don't know what you want. Well, guess what? I'll tell you what I want. Because Jim Hicks told me to tell you what I want. I'm not what I'm asking you. I'm demanding this of you. You're going to let all of my parents in free, and you're going to give me my damn money back. That's what we're going to do. See, you got the power before you pay. Now, once you pay, they can put your ass at 8 o'clock in the morning each day. But before you pay, you got the power. Remember that. And you start holding us event operators accountable for all this janky shit that people do time after time after time. And guess what? And then you need other people to try to come clean up the mess. You can still be boys and still be friends. And some of y'all may be better friends if you don't. Think about it. I got a lot of friends out there and partners out there that got food businesses. I done ate at there before. I done supported you. But you ain't saw me back at that joint in a while, man. I ain't finna go there and get sick. Be shitting all over the place at nighttime to eating some of that stuff these people home. So same thing with some of these guys that do events. You could be boys. I'll pick the tab up next time, but I ain't finna come to your event, man. It's janky. My parents gonna leave me. And guess what? You guys remember that you have the power. And we got to get up out of here, guys. Y'all sitting there, and
that's a good one, man. That's a good one. I'm gonna have, when I get back next week, I have more energy. I ain't got no energy for him.
Well, how do we? Yeah, we get. Turn it on now, and don't forget, guys. I want to give a shout out to God Be the Glory Sports for the new candy, and how I got this thing for you.
I know. I get it when I get back. How do the people
take
get
just like Hershey?
How do the people
just like Hershey?
They
have orders, and we'll have the number. We'll put it up there for you guys and give you guys a phone number. The website is, remember this acronym, To God Be the Glory. Mm-hmm. That's TGBTG. Mm-hmm. Right? To God Be the Glory Sports. That's the acronym, not the whole word, but the acronym, the first initials of each of those words. TGBTG sports.com. And that's the website for this chocolate bar. The same company, the same plant over in China that makes Hershey. Somebody just stayed a little overtime while the bosses wasn't looking and ran this machine, and they made some more chocolate for To God Be the Glory Sports. And I'm telling you, I'm not a candy buff like that. I'm a potato chip guy. I'm a salt guy. But the stuff tastes just like Hershey. I promise you. I'm like, man, somebody left the machine on how the niggas put it in a different wrapper. That's basically what they did. That's basically you'll see man, when you taste it.
Man, let me get out.
When you taste it, watch what happens. You're gonna say, man. So anyway, guys, it's time to slide down. Dino's back and Yabba Dabba do this thing. You guys have a safe weekend on for all and whatever you're doing. Get out there and support some of these young people. Our little homegirl Action Jackson and her quest to win a state title in Class 4A. They're in San Antonio this weekend with Hardin Jefferson. They got their own shirts, Hatter. They call it the Lake Show. Remember Sour Lake. Got with the Lakers font on it, the Lake Show. And Shout out to Omar Sneed and his
I like that.
and he's the grassroots coach of us as well. But they will be in action. We're up out of here. We'll see you guys on Monday. A lot of stuff to talk about then. For Robert Heller, this Jim Hicks. Peace. We up out of here, man. Chop shop.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop